should be working right. I ain't getting no partial payment this month. So they should be working all right this month. They ain't getting no partial payment, goddamn. Right. Okay, boom, 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 boom. So we live.
Okay.
We live. So the first thing I want to say to all the people who are tuned in live to Barbershop Stories, the podcast, episode 125. And this is a special one. I say all those special, but this one here, shit, this is special right here. This is a fella here, man, I can actually say has been a long time friend, barber, associate, barber friend, barber professional. Shit, man, there's so many things to say about that fella right here. The intro will be longer than the podcast. But I will say this right here. I'd like to introduce you to one of Birmingham's best barbers, best entrepreneurs, best in everything you do. He also has a podcast called In the Cut. That's $5 now. If you weren't my friend, I might steal it. That shit got fat, goddamn. Q is in the building. Y'all give it up for Q, the entrepreneur. I can't just call him a barber. Q, the entrepreneur. Give it up for him. Yeah, Q.
What's going on? What's going on? What's happening? Yes, sir. What's going on?
More Styles. What's happening? What's
Man,
happening?
you got it.
Q, what's going on, man? What's going on?
Man, listen, man. Y'all don't know. Y'all just introduced me, but it's an honor to really be here for real. First of all, because being around, I'm gonna start with you. Being around somebody like you, man, watching you do your thing, I have always given you props, you know, on what you have done, man. As far as like, you know, with you know, your comedy shows and your hair shows and just everything you've done, man. So my hat's off to you, first of all.
Oh yeah, well I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. I just feel like being from the city of Birmingham, that's what we supposed to do. It's really an honor. You saying it's an honor, but you know what the real honor is actually being able to interview a fellow barber. Because we got a stigma around here in Birmingham.
This is my first podcast.
The first one, well, goddamn it,
Well,
first interview with Bob.
Let me go to Sam, man. Let me go to Sam.
Right.
Sam, we had class together, man, but I want to tell you, man.
What, no?
Some people switch up. You never have, brother.
That's what's up.
You
man.
never have. I mean, you have. I don't care where you see me at, how you see me. You always have been the same to me, man. So I'm telling you to your face, I appreciate that.
Likewise.
Oh, no,
You know what I'm saying? Some
Likewise,
real, you know what I'm saying?
That nigga was a blood when we was in middle school.
You know, I know, but you know what? Even though he was, he's still. Hey, even though I was on the opposite side, I was in Kappa side. But guess what? He still never
switched up. Okay.
Never switched. I promise you.
Just
And I can tell him this to his face. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I don't. He might not win no game, but. And guess what? He still never switched up. And I can say that to his face. But let me say this right quick, man. Shout out to Woodlawn Association, man, for all they did for Woodlawn Week, man. And this Woodlawn right here, if you know me, you know what I say on my podcast. This Woodlawn right here. So in the building for real.
The whole pound, man. We know where you started at.
That's right.
We know where you started at.
Now I'm from Cottesville now. I'm from Cottesville.
Okay,
But I went to Woodlawn, so shout out to Woodlawn Association, man. They do a great job.
Well, that's what's happening. That's what's happening, man.
Very well educated up there.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course, like I said, man, this is Barbershop Stories, the podcast, episode 125.
125. Man, that's major.
Oh, yeah, it's major, man. Like, we pride ourselves.
I'm at 51.
Oh, 51?
Yeah.
It ain't going to be long. You'll look up, it'll be at 150.
Yeah.
It don't take long, man, with consistency, man. But like I said, man, we've been around for a couple years now. Mm-hmm. And we stopped a little bit during the COVID time. Right. Not because we wanted to stop it, because a lot of guests wasn't making it. Right. But of course, we still caught them. We were still on $1.25. Right. And like I said, it's a pleasure to have Q here, a fellow barber and also an entrepreneur. But before we just get into who Q is, what I want to ask you is that, how do you feel about this year's 2024 election? Now, first it started off with Joe, Robert Kennedy, and Biden. Now it's really Robert Kennedy, kind of not so much.
And Kennedy's always ease on off to the side, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, but you know, it's a money grab too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I might run for president next term. They're gonna give me about $200 million and be like, you know what, fuck it.
Yeah. Ease on off to the side.
Ease on off and be right the biggest ball in Birmingham.
Good. Trump ran a few times, a time or two before he actually won it.
Yeah.
You know? The name was in the early running, before he bowed out of those elections or either whatever.
It was a money grab.
Just being
testing the waters.
Relevant.
Yeah.
Relevant. Just like Ross Perot was on them battles all the years.
You remember Ross Perot, man?
Ross Perot on out.
White dude.
Man. But y'all know
Trump finally won
though. What's his name? Was the governor
in Alabama?
Yeah.
Hold on.
George Wallace.
Oh, George Wallace. I'm finna say Guy Hunt.
No, not Guy Hunt. Not Guy Hunt, but George Wallace.
We had some characters.
And what's called Bull Connor was on his way to running.
Mm-hmm.
He was gonna run. I think he ran for Senate or Congress or something like that. But he was a racist. He was a crazy man. But when you read he was actually smart, but he was just a racist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But man, as crazy as this gonna sound, because of course we barbers and we hear all type of information. Right. When people become racist, sometimes, honestly, me being at 44 years old now, I really don't blame them in some cases. Yeah. Because when you think about isolated communities, where you got 99.4% white, and all they hearing from birth is their rhetoric that black people bad, they want to rape the women, they want to whoop this and this and that and this and that.
Racism is a learned behavior.
Yeah, it's a learned behavior. So because
look at the Hispanics now that's coming over here now. Not the one that's been here, because the one that's been here, they like, no, they ain't like that.
It ain't what it
but
is.
the one that's coming over here now, they feel like, because they have been taught, they savages, they beasts. They, you know what I'm saying? So they feel like they watching. Now when you try to get Hispanics to really like do the work, you know what I'm saying? And it's their choice. Now they charge they overcharge and prices like come on, man, like you don't want to work them like to death, but at the same time like, I need $200 a day.
It ain't what it used to be.
Yeah, it ain't what it used to be.
Yeah.
So.
But
call them Mexican, they'll do it. You can get it from them for the Lord. Them days gone.
Them days gone.
Well,
that's over.
You catch people like that when they're in dire positions. Like if you think about it, like for an example, how they say black people don't get along, right?
Right.
That can be true in a sense, but it can be false in a sense depending on the situation. Because if I didn't like you, you didn't like him, and he didn't like him, and he didn't like him, drop by 50 us off in the middle of Cambodia.
Yeah.
Shit, I guarantee, because we the only one going to speak our language.
Right.
At some point, we're going to have to say, you know what, man, let's get together to try to make it through this. And I think that's the same thing that happened with a lot of people who came to this country, whether it was Mexican, whether it was Irish, whether it was Portuguese or whatever. A lot of them start off a certain way, but once you get acclimated to the system and get you a couple of dollars in your pocket, that changes. Because I remember it was that way for black people in the 80s.
Yeah.
I remember, man, my grandma's house, I ain't know that little till she died.
Yeah.
Seriously, man, I can name all the niggas that was in that hole.
Yeah, we was closer together. We kind of loved each other, We had to eat off the same plate.
It was
take
money.
the same bath water.
It was money,
you know what I'm saying? But
it was money.
Yeah.
But when that auntie went to nursing school and started making about $80,000 a year in the 90s,
she can't come back to that little house.
I'm not finna stay there, me and my family. We're gonna stay at the Marriott. We're gonna stay at the Hilton. Which I understood, but that's what it was. So
you can.
Because you remember when Mexicans in Alabama, if y'all remember, like I said, because I was born in 79, all of us remember this. I remember when Alabama ain't had no Mexicans about 97, 98. Like if you really think about it, you
somebody of Asian descent.
You was black or white.
If you really go back, Africans, if you go back, there were no Africans that went to school with us. They went, but now. And one of them told me this. I used to cut at the Belsman Flea Market. And this is when I first heard it. He said, we don't like the American black man because they cater to the white man too much. That's what he said, right?
Them niggas full of shit.
Wait. Give me this.
Them niggas do that shit over there in Cambodia.
Then, if you think about it, when they get here, where they stay at? Mount Brook, Vestavia, 280. You get what I'm saying? Hoover. So it's like,
well, see, but 9 times out of 10, if you think about it, if somebody come from another country, they probably got some resources. They ain't just come because they saved $8,000 and came.
Right, cause they can.
Their folks was kind of wealthy, so quite naturally, you're going to move to a more affluent area. And a lot of times they don't realize that the same things they dealing with as far as with a caste system is the same thing they dealing with in their country. Because it ain't like them niggas over there bumping like good gas.
Yeah.
They colonized over there too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when they talk that, I kind of hate the separation with people because they don't realize we suffering from the same shit.
Yeah. And propaganda is what sets all our mind up to see things the way we see it. You know what I'm saying? Understand things the way we've been taught it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times when you step outside, like Ben was saying about the races, I kind of get the point, but it's still in people's hearts and minds. So it's kind of hard to escape it when you're involved in it. But a lot of times, what you taught, like you said, Q, is taught.
Right.
What you taught ain't really relevant to you unless you don't know the people or you ain't in close quarters with them.
Right.
But it's like when you get a chance, like when you, I put it in comparison, like when you 15, 16, 17, you start working. And you start working with other cultures and other people that you probably don't live around. You know what I'm saying? And you get to know them people and find out they kind of cool, man. All right, you know what I'm saying? And the same way about you. They get the feeling, you know what I'm saying? They might go take you around, they folks be like, you know, no, y'all ain't gonna act, you know what I'm saying? I've actually had a white guy stand up for me in that manner, going down the way he stayed at, down there coming. We down there looking at a car, me and my cousin. We pull up in the yard, like king of the hill almost. They standing around with hood pop. Everybody got bills, looking at the ends and talking. And when we pull up, you know, guys had something fly to say as we were walking up. I heard Steve check him before we even got, you know what I'm saying, as we coming up to him, like, no, y'all just ain't finna go like this, you know what I'm saying?
My people,
So, you know, it sometimes take being in closer quarters with people to find out that all that stuff just really embedded in our hearts and minds through something that...
And some people can't change.
Yeah.
Some people can't change.
Because it's taught.
I mean, at the end of the day, we are the same way towards a lot of nationalities, you know what I'm saying? We the same way, you know what I'm saying?
Stuff be cliche.
And sometimes we don't have to be that way towards certain people.
Yeah.
But it's just the way we feel like we supposed to be. But it's just, you know, but at the same time, man, I treat people how they treat me.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care what color you are, what national, I don't care none of that. I treat you how you treat me.
And you're gonna start off polite.
Yeah.
You know, regardless of how you coming, until and then I'm probably trying to exit stage left if I find out that somebody.
I just interviewed Ripcord, and he said something that I say all the time. I treat everybody with respect.
That's right.
And I will yes sir and no sir, and people be like, well, no, you ain't gotta say. I want to give you your respect.
Yeah.
Because I want you to respect me.
Yeah.
And when you respect me, then we okay.
Yeah.
When you disrespect me, then I can either take myself out of the equation, or I can let you know that you have disrespected me, and then
that makes sense.
I treat you accordingly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But everybody's do their respect. That's just how I feel.
Well, yeah, but see, but a lot of time, man, you know, when you raised in a community was 100% or whatever race, it's easy to kind of push that ideology on them because they ain't seeing nobody else. So when a young black guy meet the little white girl and they actually in class together, you're like, damn, she ain't nothing like what I was taught. Well, or vice versa.
When I grew up in Cottageville, we had two of them was mixed, and one of them was actually, well, she was mixed too, but she looked more white. So we had 3 in our community, and man, that was really all I saw for real. But it wasn't until we moved to Eastlake where I had white neighbors. I had white neighbor over here, white neighbor over here. You know what I'm saying? But I knew what was going on. But I'm just saying, like, so I saw a different like type of style. So now my neighbors, and now they speaking and coming over there talking to my stepdad and it was like different. Like, dang, okay.
So what about in Eastlake? You was in Eastlake or
I stayed
Estates?
on this street.
You know what I'm saying? Eastlake or Eastlake Estates?
No, I didn't.
There's a difference now.
I stayed on First Avenue South. So I stayed where Barrett is. I stayed the street behind Barrett, 4 houses down.
Okay, so you was in Eastlake. You weren't in Eastlake Estates.
No, I was in Eastlake.
Yeah, because Eastlake Estates is like the part from Conoco on up.
No. I stayed in Eastlake.
So you stayed in Eastlake. Okay, yeah.
Chris Trumbull was my my next door neighbor. Remember Chris Trumbull?
Oh yeah.
Remember
Chris Trumbull? I know exactly what you're talking about.
Big Chris Trumbull. Yeah, he was my next door neighbor. So yeah, Yeah, man. So I stayed in East Lake. Trent Wilson was around the corner.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, man. It's just interesting how things go like now, because like when you think about now the political landscape that we in now, I think that's fueled by race too. And the reason why I say that because like when Kamala Harris came in, you know, they mess around and start hitting with the vote for her because she black. But then now you got a black white, but I don't think neither one of them claim neither one.
Well,
you know, and I think that's interesting because when you're dealing with identity politics, people are not actually looking at what's really good for them. They're just looking at what they think identifies with them, and I don't think that's good.
I mean, it's never good because we as black people, we say, well, what you gonna do for me? You know what I'm saying? But then they get in there and don't do nothing. Now you want them out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, let me ask you this though: should they? If
when you run for the president,
if they came to some candidates and they came as a voting block and said, look, we're going to give you this vote, but this is what we need you to do for us. If they don't do it, would you think it's fair for them to check them about it?
Well, when you run for office, and this is what a lot of people did with President Obama, right? Mm-hmm. When you run for office, you're the president of the United States. Yeah. Not just the president for black people, right? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you the president of the United States, you ran on your ticket, you came to us to get your vote.
You pounded them.
Right? All right, so let's go down. We're going to go down local, right? Mm-hmm. So when these politicians that's in Montgomery, right, when they run for office, they come to where? The churches to get elected. And when they come to the churches to get elected, they tell you they going to do this and, you know, my candidate this and my candidate that, and then they'll give you all this, and then you don't see them no more, right? Until it's time to run again, then they want to come stand up in the church and knowing you don't like this
barbershop,
you know what I'm saying?
Community.
So you come to the barbershops and then you come in the barbershop, hey, what's up, y'all? What going on? Knowing you really don't talk like this, and then now we ain't seen you until it's time to run again, right? But my thing, so I got to switch gears a little bit. My thing was, okay, when the pistol permit thing came about, none of the politicians came around and told us, hey, this is what they're doing down there in Montgomery. They trying to get rid of this pistol permit. So what we need to do is we need to rally against this. We need to make some noise. No, they stayed quiet about it.
Do you think they did that because they didn't know, or they just
didn't care? $1 in your pocket? Oh, okay. So that's why they did. So at the end of the day, hey, don't sit there. What you say your nonprofit is? Your program? Oh, okay. That's what that was for. Because at the end of the day, look, now in New Orleans they doing the same thing. So it's by design. They this how they want it. They want all the pistol permits gone. So now, okay, we can walk around the streets with all the guns, shoot up, blah blah. You know what I'm saying? And watch. After that, it's gonna be some more states going no pistol permit, no pistol permit, no.
But let me ask you this though: are you familiar with why? I guess the initiator and why they took away those pistol permits? It was a federal lawsuit that's been going on for years, where it was talking about the right to bear arms.
Okay.
So when they came and it was like basically y'all states can't restrict these fellas from having because you got a Second Amendment. Okay. But here's the thing. It's a slippery slope on that because it's like even if they did say you can carry pistols, I still believe it's starting at home. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because even if they say you can do whatever you want, you kind of always have been able to do what you want because we criminals. I don't watch the news if I'm a criminal. I'm gonna carry that hoe anyway. So I think even when they said, all right, let them have the guns, it was good on one hand because I think you need them, but it was bad on the other hand because I think it should have been some regulations as far as you can get the pistol, but you got to take some training or whatever. But I think ultimately it started in the household. Well, and I think that's what
I believe in.
You can actually still get your permit.
I mean, you can still get your permit. I believe in Second Amendment, right?
That said.
But at the same time, man, when you got 17-year-olds can go down there and get a pistol permit, that was wrong. Then now you done took away the pistol permit. So if you want to be slick, all I got to do is go and get my pistol permit. I can ride around with this AR, this Draco, this such. It's in my name. Mm-hmm. So now I can commit or do whatever I want to do. So when they stop me, what you mean? I got my pistol permit, right?
Yeah.
Because they dropped the age down.
But you know, actually, when you was 15, 14, 15, I want to say 15, you can always carry a rifle. You can always carry a rifle.
A
rifle. But think about it. What would they consider AR after a certain length?
Yeah, that's a rifle.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, really, it always have been, but I think it's been propagandized.
It's just like
it's more open now.
A tricky law.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How they had it, because young guys wasn't there really back in the days. Kind of go to the stores and really get. You didn't have a whole lot of them with rifles like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then the pawn shop wouldn't really sell them the rifles like that. Mm-hmm. But or the gun store. But now you can just go in there all willy-nilly. I want this, I want that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now it's up to when you have to do the background check, it's up to them to give it to you or not. You know, but still after 15 days, you still can get it.
Still gonna get stuff.
You
They
get what
say
I'm
that's
saying?
how it is.
So it's like,
that's where a lot of
yeah.
assault rifles came. You know, now you'll go in there and say, oh, days is 22 or something. You know, 12, 16 gauge, 20 gauge in the stores back in the day, serving merchandise and stuff like that. But the assault weapons came in, you know, through these gun shows and stuff like that.
I got another one for you.
And the background checks, I haven't been the one to purchase a weapon, but they said the background checks at them things pretty loose too.
Yeah. I got another one for you. When they park them trains in our community and leave them there for a whole 10 days a week, knowing there's guns on there. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Knowing there's guns on there, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everything all set up just for failure. It just depends on you if you want to fail, I guess.
Yeah, choices.
Yeah, and unfortunately, man, there's so many roadblocks. You really can't even pinpoint where it is, because we can say the parents, but then you got to think about marketing. Then you got to think about, now you can't whoop them. Then you got to think about how the state step in. It's like, it's so many elements.
This is personal for me, and I hate when I hear people say, you know, it starts at home. Because, and that's just personal for me, because it does start at home, but what if it doesn't? What if grandmama don't know? What if mama don't know? She can't teach the child. But then it goes for me, it goes to the men in the community. Because next we said, well, it takes a village. Well, if the men in the community aren't doing what they're supposed to do or not helping out, and they don't put their nose in it, they said, well, you know, it ain't my problem. Well, okay, that's one part of it. But what about when it's 2 o'clock in the morning when he's standing up over you with that AR-15 and say, hey, let me get everything.
Let me get everything.
Right? Because look at it like this. It's just a little scenario. You 5 years old, you 6 years old. That man now, 30, he 40, he 50, right? Mm-hmm. All right, now he done got to be old. He done got to be old. Now all the men right there, y'all done watch them do everything in the streets. I mean everything. Mm-hmm. So now these men, right, done got saved. They in the church, deacons, politicians, whatever. Now they done got their life together. Now they sitting back looking at you and you, because you doing everything. You following him, right? But they looking, oh man, look at him. Them boys just, them boys ain't nothing. And look at him. He the ringleader. But they watched y'all. All that stuff that y'all did is bottled up inside of him. He following him. He saw it, but he following him. So it's like,
they don't want to listen. We seen you do it.
We seen you do it. Now you telling me don't do it.
So like Benny says, what they call a ball of confusion.
Exactly. Yeah. So you never come back and say, hey, this is my fault. Let me show you how to get out of this. Yeah. You got some of the men, some of the preachers, some of the men in the community, they done bought the sold dope, bought dope, robbed, smoked dope.
You know
what I'm saying? They done bought some of this heroin here, but now they say, man, these young boys crazy out here. Yeah. But most time it ain't till that auntie come down from up north and say, well, wait a minute now. Yeah. You remember?
Remember you were that dude. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, yeah, well, you know. And now your grandson looking at you like, but you been dogging me out all this time. Yeah. Like you ain't never did nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, oh, well, let me talk to you. I mean, no, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to say nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and see, it's like, and what you're saying, I think you're absolutely correct. But I think the other part of that is, I tried to talk to him, but the mama said, "Don't you say nothing to my child."
That started before he tried to sell dope.
And sometimes,
way before he tried
sometimes,
to do that.
just sometimes, mama say that because she know who you are. See, the child might have the child.
Yeah,
but she
daddy
see
saying it now.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, but it's a catch-22 though, because I remember back in the day in the 80s and maybe even the early 90s when niggas sold dope, but when they walked by that church ground, man, let me chill out, man, y'all quit cussing. Or when you saw Miss such and such or Mr. such and such, you didn't do it around them. But now it's to a point of respect so bad. So man, these jokers don't care nothing
I was born
about
in '76.
who around.
I was born in '76, so the boys be out there playing basketball. Someone be drinking that Thunderbird or that Wild Irish Rose, and that old man come down the street. And this is exactly the old man come down the street. They take that ball and put it behind their back, and he'll walk in the middle of them while they playing basketball. Little old short man named Mr. Saul, and it wasn't just him. It was so many of them. And Mr. Saul said, "How y'all doing?" I said, "We all right." "Y'all know Jesus?" He had about 20 minutes, you know what I'm saying?
They fought the game up.
Yeah, he done messed the whole game up, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
But they listened, and they were respectful.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of it come from just different things, man. Like, you can't find a young man, right, now that say they want to be a police. You can't find them that say they want to be firemen. You can't find, because when the police come, most time they got them gloves on. They come to shake somebody up. I ain't saying this for all police. I'm talking about, because there's some great police officers, but there's some police officers out there that really need to be whooped in the middle of the street. So they got their gloves on. You got the firemen. Whenever they come because it's somebody sick. You know what I'm saying? The paramedics, they took time. So mama done dogged the police out. She done dogged the firemen out. She done dogged the paramedics out. She done dogged the lawyer out. She done dogged the doctor out. So children, a lot of children like, I don't want to be down with it because their grandma died.
Yeah.
The fire department let our house burn down. The police, he came over, he jumped on my uncle and my mama. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I seen that out there in Brighton, the whole house burned down.
So when you find police officers, shout out to Officer Mason. Shout out to Officer Mason. When you find police officers like Officer Mason, when Lawrence Billups, just different police officers, I know a lot of them, I name for days. When you find police officers, I gotta do this. Lawrence Billups, he was an FTO. He retired and came back. He was an FTO.
What was FTO?
Field training officer.
Okay.
He would bring them downtown and walk them around to each business. Take them to Central City, walk them around. Hey, this Miss such such. Hey, this Miss such such. Hey, this Mr. such such. Hey, this cute. This botany. This such. You know what I'm saying? And he wouldn't just walk them around. Oh, they sit in there for a while. So I don't care what color officer he got with him. They sit in there for a while, and they sit around, just kind of kick it. And that's how you build up relationships. Nobody has relationships anymore. None of the police officers, a lot of them, you know, they got attitudes. They got egos, right? So then I would have a back to school thing, and I would have the fire department there and the police department there. Not the police around here like this. I would have them now giving out gift bags, giving out badges, the fire department giving out hats, giving out, because the children need to see, oh, wait a minute, that's cool.
That's something that can work for them later on.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so when I have lawyers in my shop, man, I introduce this, you know what I'm saying? You got a card on you because, man, people need to know all lawyers ain't shiesty. Everybody in the ambulance chase, you know what I'm saying? Like, some of them really, really all right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of work to do. It's a lot of work to do. Communication is a big part of it. Yeah. We gotta, because a lot of people, man, you can't talk to. Yes, you can. You talk to him. You talk to him. Yeah. He talk to him. You know what I'm saying? But it's the way you talk to him. It's what you say to him. It's how you come to him.
A lot of times you got to be an ill first before you get to talk.
Because you don't, man, if you sit down and talk to some of these young men are so intelligent. Some of these young ladies are so intelligent, man. They know technology. They know some of everything. But everybody always tell them, go sit down. Yeah. Be quiet.
Get out my face.
You know what I'm saying? Get out my face. You're like, dang. But then once you find out they know I didn't know you knew all that.
Now you want to pop up.
Yeah. But see, but going back to what you were saying about want to be police, firemen, and all that, and even in the communities and how the people are not attached now. If you think about it, when you think about you born in 76, I was born in 79, so throughout the 80s and all that, a lot of people you knew stayed in the same house. See, now when you're dealing with a Section 8 issue, it seems like every year, maybe 3, the neighborhood changes. So the people who you were connected with, next year, boom, you got your new neighbor. Next year, boom, you got a new neighbor. So you really never have a chance to connect, because the only way you can really check somebody's children if you got a kind of a connection with them. So when you got people who just moved that last year, even though their children doing wrong, you say something to them, it's a big chance
They
it's gonna be
don't
some.
say nothing to mind.
Don't say nothing to mind. But the people who stayed there since '83 and now it's '98, you go, hey man, look, Miss Johnson, man, your little boy.
But it comes, it still comes back to a village in my mind. But let me tell you about a Section 8 issue. See, when I was growing up, Section 8, the housing authority used to come to the community, and they'll walk through your house. And if you had a man in your house, you got to go. That was breaking up the families right then.
Yeah,
So,
man,
you know what I'm
tennis
saying?
shoes in your house.
You had a man tennis shoes, you had some clothes,
Work clothes,
you know what I'm saying?
anything.
Anything. You got to go. So that was breaking up the house then. That was the part of the issue that I saw. But even though with the Section 8 issue, it goes back to relationships. If you give respect, you get respect. Some people going through stuff, they don't want to stay in a Section 8 house because they come from the suburbs, like you said. So now they got to stay here, and they feel like they done failed. But it's not a failure. It's just a setback for a minute. You know what I'm saying? It's a setback for a minute. It's not a failure. You use this as a stepping stone, but don't make it your home. You know what I'm saying? Some people do, and some people have to. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But you use that as a stepping stone to get you and your children to a point of life where you can make another move. It's not there for you to make this your home and stay here forever. And that's where but some people can make that their home. That's cool, because hey, you got 3 bedrooms and sometimes 2 bathrooms. But I trip a lot of older people up with this one right here. Do you know why the project was started?
For workers to be close to these steel mills and steel plants and stuff they work there.
Kind of. Do you know?
They started them projects really for white folk.
They started for white folk.
When they started off with,
I ain't say what color they were.
But why?
Why? Because it was to help them right after slavery and all that.
This why they started. They started for those wives whose husband was going off to the war.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And they started the government assistance program so they can have food. While they, sustain them.
You saying for the Section 8 or the buildings themselves? That
was the projects. They was apartments. They weren't projects.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cause I wasn't back then. I'm looking at it like how they'll take a set of apartments now that wasn't Section 8 or a house that wasn't Section 8 and
well, we just
now somebody put it on the Section 8 list.
We just talking about the project.
Yeah.
Right. They started the project, so it wasn't project then. So it was apartments.
It was apartments.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, that's why I said they was not to cut you off, but that's why I was saying they were put next to they was put around these factories and plants.
You was right.
For places for people to live. You know what I'm saying?
You was right on that. Yeah. I mean, because it's kind of like the same thing.
And like I said, it wasn't black, but I'm sure like business, all this stuff coincide though.
Jim Walter built some homes in Cottageville. Mm-hmm. He built some homes in Cottageville back in the back part back there. Mm-hmm. And Jim Walter, they had the plant right there, U.S. Steel. Mm-hmm. And just like you said, it was for that reason, because at that time when they built them apartments back there, that's what it was for. Mm-hmm. So they can be. Now, this is the thing.
Speak to what you were saying.
A lot of them houses that Jim Walter, they was on that property. You own that house, but you don't own the mineral rights. Jim Walter do.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? He owned that land, so you'll never own that.
So Jim Walton, that's the real
time,
name for Cottageville?
No.
Okay.
No. It was Jim Walter Homes. So just like how they built these subdivisions, Jim Walter, at that time, that's how they built them, right? And so I guess he was like the plant. I think it was like a plant, Jim Walter plant or whatever. And so they built them houses around them plants because you got U.S. Steel.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had, I can't think of the other one that's around there, but now you got Nucor that's around there. You got U.S. Steel, U.S. Pipe, you got Nucor. So all that around that way, you know what I'm saying? That's why they was kind of like building them homes. See, at one time, Cottageville was a nice community. All these communities really was nice, you know what I'm saying? But
they said they was hand-me-downs by the time people
that's,
that looked like us were allowed to start moving in.
So now it's like, you stay in the projects. You on Section 8. You getting governmental assistance. That was the best cheese it was. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how all that came about. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it was like that down on First Avenue where the waterworks is.
Yeah.
Pop was telling me it used to be called Ratville. It was the houses right outside of Sloss Furnace.
Yeah. So then you had the one that was by Village Creek.
Yeah, shit, really all over.
You know what I'm saying?
Birmingham was about, I think, at one point in time, I want to say in the 70s, when I looked up, Birmingham, 43% of the population worked in some shape, form, or fashion of the steel industry.
Yeah. And that was a big thing,
in the 80s,
yeah.
That's why the city's still suffering to this day. They never made concessions to make it better.
They making it how they want to make it. They doing it how they want to do it now, and they bringing it back. They bringing it back at a slow pace on their terms. You know what I'm saying? We had an opportunity to get a lot of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But what we said, oh man, I don't want them old white folk shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what we said.
I'm telling you, I was talking to an old timer, man, and then he was telling me, man, that a lot of folks gave up them shotgun houses and stuff that they were in when they started allowing blacks to move into the project, because it was almost like, hey, we ain't got no out, we ain't got to go to the outhouse no more. Mm-hmm. We got upstairs, downstairs, everybody got a bedroom, because, you know.
Because it was still kind of nice at the time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You heard the stories of blacks, okay. You know, we had the shotgun house. You can see from the front door to the back door. We all slept in one room.
3203 32nd Street North in Cottageville, shotgun house.
So when this old time here, this was his experience. Basically, was telling me that when they moved to the bricks, it was like, hey, let's go, cause hey, we get in the bedroom. We got a bathroom in the house, tub in the house. So it was like an upgrade to them. They ain't understand that it was a what we call quote unquote not project. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But speak to that what you were talking about the women going off the war. I mean the fellas going off the war though.
Yeah,
I ain't want you to lose that point.
So they would it was pretty much simple. When they went off the war at that time, man, the husband went off the war to like World War I, World War II, all that stuff. They gave governmental assistance. That was part of the governmental assistance. They had the projects. They had the free cheese program, whatever. Then they had like food stamps. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But by the time all this stuff got to us, it was you got food stamps. You in the project. You got, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, for a long time, I ain't know you can have it. A voucher and be in a house.
Yeah.
I thought everybody that says they stayed in the project. You know, till you get older to find stuff out.
There's some nice houses around here, folks got said.
Let me ask y'all, how long do y'all know of it going back? Like, cause I just found out like in my adult years, like you can have a house and it's actually on a Section 8 voucher. What had it been like that?
It's been like that, but I ain't find out till the early 2000s.
Yeah, like I was probably about close to grown, if not grown by the time I found out. I thought it, Section 8, you was in the prize.
I thought it was straight up your ass was in the prize. I didn't know you had no house.
Yeah. So I wonder what that part of the program when it came in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't answer that question. We might have somebody on here.
Yeah, we had to like y'all had to redo that, but I don't know how far it goes back.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Well, you had to get a house, not just a property.
Yeah. We probably maybe about the 2000 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how far. We need to check into that. I want to check into that too.
Yeah.
It's been going on though, because I know my father rent Section 8 house, but I found out in the early 2000s, and I was like, damn.
Yeah.
It was really basically the same thing.
I never
you had
knew.
an option to get the house. Then some of them had programs where you can rent the home. Yeah. After you had it so long, you can see about purchasing the house, all that.
I never knew that all that time. Yeah. I guess they just allot you whatever money they reward you. You go get what you want to go get, and put the rest with it if it's more than what they give you.
More than what
I honestly don't know how to go to speak on it, but it was a long time before I knew you can get a house on it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I do. I was down there. is that Foley, Alabama, with the water park and all that?
Foley,
all that stuff is the safari and all that. I seen it's a plant down there not far from all that when you going down to where the water park and stuff is, and the subdivision like right close to that. The name of that plant is the same name as the plant. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like I was going back in time when I seen that. I was like, damn, this is like how they said it was. You know, when they had the village right next to the plant, the people worked there.
I'll give you one. Yeah. That'll give you one to go with what you're saying.
Yeah.
How many of y'all been to Spring Valley Beach?
I've been to Spring Valley.
Huh?
I ain't been up there yet.
This town still like we speaking on.
So before they built Foley, Spring Valley Beach, when I tell you the devil be sitting down in the middle of Spring
Valley, 79.
It's so hot down there, Benny.
Yeah,
but
it's scorching.
I be watching a lot of different stuff. First of all, it's a dry county, right? So they waiting on you, big deputies come down through there, and they waiting on you to drink something.
They're down now,
right?
So they come down and playing you.
Then the next thing I looked at, the man who owned the place, older white man, he at the gate, very nice man. But he ran for mayor down there. I don't know if he won, but he the one take the money, right? So he humble, just say a checkerboard type button down, humble guy. He in the little booth, real
you
nice.
talking about when you first pull in? Yeah, I got you the parking lot part.
Now I'm finna ask Sam this. Sam, what you saw when you was down there? You right there. You done went in the park, and you put your bag down. What you saw when you went down there, Sam?
Man, it's been a while, Q. Don't make me lie like
I
even remember. I just remember a Rocket parking lot.
So when you go down, it's a Rocket parking lot, right?
Gravel, yeah.
They didn't. I think, if I'm correct, they didn't pave that now. And he done added.
I tell you, last time I been.
He done added what they call the picnic with the picnic table.
Like a shed.
It's like a shed.
Yeah.
Like it's another name for it. But anyway,
Pavilion. Yeah.
Benny Mac Bougie.
Yeah.
He knows what pavilion is.
The bricks in the shed.
But check this out. Check this out, Benny. So I'm standing around, and I'm watching all this, and I'm looking around, but this is what I saw. Right next to, so you got different sections. You got a swimming pool. It's like a big, it ain't no swimming pool. It's like from right here on back. And then you got different areas, different little slides and all that stuff. But I'm looking at, you know what? It was a whole bunch of plants, whole bunch of flowers, right? Know what them is?
What up?
Cotton field. All that's cotton. And then I found out later on, the man in that booth owned some of everything down there. And he got different cotton fields down there everywhere. You know what I'm saying? That's how they make their money. But I was just saying, to see that cotton in just at 2020, whatever I was down there, I was like, man, they still got cotton fields. You go through Montgomery, they got cotton fields. But then somebody said something to me. They said, well, who picking all that cotton?
Machine.
Now, but you were just thinking in your mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know some prisons.
We partying where we once was picking that cotton at.
Yeah, well, some prisons still had you doing that, man.
Yeah. And them cotton. So just say the plant about this tall, like off this table, it's probably about this tall, right? Them thing has like thorns on them.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And man, it was just so crazy when I went down through there. So I was like, man,
that cotton wrapped all around.
Yeah. Man, I'm talking about for miles and miles. You just see cotton field, but just like you said. Machine picking it now, but I was just like, man, this is crazy. When you go down through Montgomery, and then when it's blooming down 20, like you said, man, you can see but a lot of people don't pay attention to it.
Yeah, down through Anniston and top
a lot of people
Alabama,
don't pay attention to it.
Going out of Alabama down through there.
Y'all just made me think of something. Don't nobody believe me when I tell them this, but Bessemer Police Department, it had to be in the 90s, somewhere in the 90s. They had a wooden platform out there. Everybody used to pass it every day, not thinking. I was walking back home one day, and it was a large wooden platform with steps or a ladder going up there. And you know what it looked like. So I decided, I said, walk up on there and see what it looked like. I walked up on there. I didn't take a picture. I had at that time, I think I had a camera on my phone. But I walked up under there just to look and see what I see. And it had a square door on the floor, you know.
The flap.
Yeah, that's what they had.
Guillotine.
Right after that, maybe a month later, I think they took it down, tore it down. So if you ever find some old pictures right across from the Belton police station, you'll see it there.
But you know something though, K1?
I ain't a nigga there.
I'm gonna go back to something in reference to what you're saying about basically different remnants of the past and all that. I always love history. My father, he come here, get a haircut, and talk your ass to death about history.
I'm a done it.
And I believe in history. All right. When people be tearing that shit down, no, leave it up, restore it.
Yeah.
But the only thing, like even with Funny Man, shout out to comedian Jermaine Funny Man.
Shout out to Funny Man.
Yeah. When I remember when I was working with this radio station I was employed at the time, and he came on there and he was talking about tearing down the monuments in the park and all that. And I remember telling him, leave them always up, because I feel like this: if I got a kid that's 0, fresh in the earth, they need to know this shit too. What I would have loved to see was make some plaques, sterling silver, with the best print you ever see, and describe what they did. That's how you end up getting past it. Because if you sit down there and tear all this shit down and put it in a museum way off, you end up repeating the same thing. Those people, Jefferson Davis and what's his name, George Washington, all them folk, what his name is, Lincoln, who they say was great for black people. No, make some sterling silver plaque. Let somebody like Franco, Bullet Iron. What up, Bullet Iron? He come on metal.
Yeah,
Let
he
them
come on metals.
and put them in there and put the plaques in. These are the people you worship.
Right.
I think that would have been better, because when you tear it down, it's like a yay that day. But 20 years from now, another generation, what happens? Same shit can reemerge. No, put them plaques out, leave it. It happened for real.
Like, in our communities, what they do, like, just say, like, downtown 4th Avenue, and a lot of black communities where a lot of this stuff went on, Black Wall Street, you know, different places. All it is now is just a plaque. Ain't nothing else there. It's just a plaque that says, you know.
Yeah, this happened here.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
Such was here.
Because like with Birmingham, the strong history we got, I really, I love my city because I stay in the city limit. I stay in East Lake.
Right.
But I'm disappointed as far as in the leadership that we done had here since 1979. It's been a black mayor since 79, starting off with Richard Harrison, and so on. And it's like a lot of those black remnants and the Renaissance parks, just like a lot of people don't know, a black hospital is right off on the north side, right off 65. Like, to me, stuff like that, as a black mayor, council, whatever, that's fucking like, hey, man, all this weak ass money y'all spend on everything, bro, restore it.
Well,
White people have shit,
Well,
man, that's
you gotta
not
look
even
at
worth keeping.
When your car go down, your whole car go down in a pothole, you know, and you got a city councilman that stays in that community, or supposed to stay in that community, I say that, then, like, where the money go? Like you ain't filling up no potholes, you ain't, you know what I'm saying?
See, I think with politics, man, it's meant to do just what it's doing. Because if you really just think about it, to the simplest term, Q gotta cut a nigga a drop fade in his beard. I'm paying you for this service. You coming at just edge him up. The job ain't done. They check the person who done it. And that's easy done. You know you have a job to do in the city as a mayor, as a councilman. Every street in this city, every pipe ran in this city, you went through zoning, you went through all that, so, and it has a lifeline.
Right.
Every street they can take, like First Avenue, I've been here on First Avenue since 1998 cutting out. Every 10 years they come through and pay first. Every street has a lifeline. So when they don't do these things, it's intentional. So a pothole, ain't nobody got to really go to a council meeting and say, hey man, we got a pothole.
Not
on Third
if
Avenue
your city
Frank.
councilman
But
is supposed to be in that district.
But even as a mayor, because like the mayor now, Rhonda wrote Rondarius Woodford. I know her. Went to middle school with a great guy. But I feel like this. Instead of running around here partying and playing and shit and posting on Facebook, my job would be, and this ain't no knocking him. Go around all day. Your job be ride around the city. Because guess what? You got the power
when
to
you
say,
go to City
hey,
Hall,
go to such
when
and
you
such.
go to City Hall,
gotta be done.
and you go to the mayor's office, you go to City Council's office, right? What they say when you go, well, I don't know if you've been up there like that, but they said Councilman such and such is out in the field. This is out in the field.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So if you out in the field, If you the mayor, council, whoever, if you out in the field, this is out in the field. Your community, you know, that's out in the field. So that's why I started off with the ones like the legislators, black state representative, black lobbyists. Then on up to your black city councilman, your black mayor, whatever, or your black county commissioners. That's why I start off with that, because you have people, man, that's want to be elected for office, but you don't really want to do the work. And just like you said, they out here partying, kicking it, because I see them out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the kicking part, I don't want to make it sound like I don't believe in the partying, but
I mean, you're free to do whatever you want to do.
If we hire Ripcord today and to take the management position at Papa Dog, we expect that nigga to start working today. We don't want to come back a year now time. Well, Ripcord just started. Well, it was messed up before he got it.
Up.
No, nigga.
But when Ripcord said in that interview, because when a politician runs for office, they interview him. They campaign trying to get elected. When Ripcord said in that interview, and he says, "This is what I can do. This is what I can do. This is what I can do to change the course of Papa Do's." That's what you expected him to do.
But it ain't gonna take no year.
Yeah.
The first month, them folk gonna say, "Excuse me, Mr. Corey, let's speak with you."
But just like, with Ripcord, right? If you don't what you supposed to do, send them home.
Yep. So
stop putting them back in office.
But see,
year after year, say, "Oh no."
But I think
he's a good politician.
But I think we did, and that's true. A good politician, not a good person. Because I feel like with a job, nobody should have to tell you, "Hey, bro, we need this trash picked up. Hey, bro, we need this street paved." That shit on a schedule. Yeah. So when it's not being done in our urban communities, it's on purpose. Like I stay in East Lake, where they done put barricades and shit all around there.
It's the safe streets.
No, that ain't no safe street. No, fuck all that. I'm gonna tell you why I say that. It's because to a nigga who rents Section 8 or a person who stay with somebody, it doesn't matter. But what if me, Ripcord, you, Sam, and Sonny, and K1 bought 40 houses over there? Our value drops tremendously. Mm-hmm. Who you gonna move over there? Hey, this is a nice house. Look, you got a yellow blockade in front of this whole and everything. This whole fact. What? No. We lose money. Like, people ain't looking at it that way, and that doesn't stop crying. Because if I'm a criminal, I'll park at Conoco and jump that hole. Like, real talk. I mean, I ain't mad at him for attempting something, but I really think it's a step toward martial law, and nobody wants to say that because we're in the midst of it. But when you look back 5 years from now, you're going to be like, bro, that shit was dead ass wrong. Just like stop and frisk, just like roadblocks in black communities with no cause. It's the same shit. That shit don't slow down crime. Quit reselling dope.
What?
Shit, quit reselling dope. You ain't got to worry about it.
He said quit reselling dope.
Yeah, exactly. The police resell the dope. Yeah. Put a roadblock up in front of First Avenue Precinct. They slow it down tremendously, goddamn. Yeah. So the thing
is, man said quit reselling dope, put a roadblock in front of East Lake Precinct.
So basically what I'm saying is that everything in the city that you see that's out of whack is intentional.
Right.
Like, people holler, you gotta come down there, you gotta speak up. But bro, if I know it's on my workload today, like I work out at East Lake Park on Tuesdays and I go to another park on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. Man, I went out there one day, I'm 6 feet tall, the grass is 4. So that means if it ain't been cut, it's not because they don't know not to cut it.
Right.
You got east, west, north, south districts where they have they take care of that. Right. So if they don't come, who made the order? Right. Or if you didn't do it, who didn't say, "Hey Q, did y'all get this completed?" Who doing it? Somebody ain't doing their job.
Chain command somewhere.
That's all I'm saying.
There's a missing link in that chain.
It's somewhere that's missing.
A couple missing links.
But I can mess around and be late on my. All right, Ripcord, take it easy, man. Ripcord!
What it is.
Calm down, baby.
I want to flip the conversation on a couple things too. Not necessarily city politics, but we barbers, 3 barbers on the panel. We want to talk some barbering politics too. So we got one of the honorable commissions.
I don't work there.
Well, ex-commissions in here.
I don't work there.
Okay.
No, I work
there. But
usually I don't, but
that was up. But we just want to speak on some things because we know you got an inside track, or you've been at the table in some of the discussions that go on down there.
Okay.
I talked to a few barbers, you know what I'm saying? I ain't been no regular in no shops in middle school, so I don't know a lot of barbers through going to their shops as an adult, but I know a lot of guys that turned out to be barbers like me and you know what I'm saying, as we were growing up. And we rubbed shoulders, you know what I'm saying? And one of the big talk amongst people in the service industry, not just barbering and beautician, nail tester, is benefits and developing packages amongst each other.
Right.
Are those conversations had at the table in commission as far as developing plans toward getting meetings with barbers, active barbers, and discussing some of these things like this? Because I know the best way to do these things would be as groups, as a group. Anytime you're doing insurance, as a group is going to be the best way to do it. So, that
was a good question. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, that's really a good question.
Yeah, because it got to be brought to the table. No, let me 2-part question. One, are those conversations live within the commission? That why I'm asking you. That why I'm re-asking.
Ask me the first part first, then we're gonna go to
I might forget the second part. That's why I'm asking. See, I never got it. Why we going back and forth? But 2, what do you think it would take to get that conversation started as being a person down there?
Oh, that ain't too bad. Okay, I can remember that.
I wasn't finna stack it now. I just wanted to make sure. I just want to make sure that got in there.
Slow, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Story of the podcast,
so check this out.
episode 125. We got Q on here. Back to you, Q.
So check this out.
And all other service industries.
That conversation would be not a Barber Commission talk. Of course, we have talked about it, but that's
you saying you mean not a Barber Commission talk like?
Yeah, that wouldn't be a Barber.
That's not their job.
No, that wouldn't be a Barber Commission conversation.
Okay.
That's a Barbering Association conversation.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So now we have to restructure the Barber Association, because that would be a better conversation for a Barber Association to have, like, okay, because it's plenty of people. We got people that went to school with us that offers insurance, type of insurance.
Packages out here.
Packages like healthcare, packages like
sick pay,
sick days. So that would be like Aflac. Latasha Hollandquist supposed to talk to me about something.
As far as retirement, even retirement options.
So now you got a financial advisor. I'm sure we got some financial advisors that went to school with us, whatever, or that's in the barbering field or whatever. So we gotta talk about within the barbering community, putting like, so if I got a barber, say, so if you doing Aflac, and then you doing healthcare. We in the barbering community, so we need to start in the barbering community. So that would be I feel like that, just my opinion. I feel like that it would be a better coming from a barber association.
Okay,
right?
I get that.
Now, wait, because if you do it from the barbering commission, right, it feel like it's being pushed on you. And a lot of folks don't mess with the barber commission. Let's be real.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if it comes from a barber association, now you can. You know what I'm saying? Everybody
you can have some input.
You can have some input. Yeah. You can say, well, on this right here, I don't feel like this fits me. You know what I'm saying? This I like this healthcare, but it don't fit what I got going on. So now you and that person can talk.
Well, other packages.
Yeah. But I guess kind of adding to what Sam was saying, I think the bottom line is when most people ask about the commission, is because they know they pay the commission. And most barbers that I've encountered always ask the question is like, why am I paying the commission? Now, of course, from me with my limited knowledge, I don't know nothing. I went to Woodlawn. It was saying that we're regulatory committee. So when most people think about a regulatory committee, so it's like you basically saying, I pay you to send some folks out to check on me. Most folks want to see a benefit from it. I think, kind of what Sam was saying, so yeah, it's a barber association thing, but I think with a barber commission thing, I think people look at them as that, okay, you collecting my money, and you'll send goons by here, Or, I'm just saying, just using the word. You saying goons, but you'll check me sometimes. Sometimes.
Not today.
I can
Yeah,
be.
not today.
Can be.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, people, that's how some people look at it. So if it's like, okay, if I'm going to pay you, they will probably look at it and say, okay, look, you seek out these different companies. Because if you taking my money, we want something in return. And not just for you to check on me. So they looking at it like, okay, as commission.
Putting too much on me.
If you taking, if
I'm saying you putting too much on me.
Oh, no.
No. The reason I say you put too much on me, let me answer before I forget what I was
Well, no, because it's all relevant to it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because for me, I feel like I get what he's saying, because a lot of barbers feel like, hey, if you're going to charge me, they'll pay $200 a year, because it's really cheap for a license.
Yeah.
To say that, okay, look, but for these $200, bro, we linked up with, let's just say, Birmingham Insurance Company, and if we get 1,000 of y'all participate, we can have this for $43 a month. Or we can, and I think they be looking for that, not to just say, I'm paying in some, and just to get harassed. That's how a lot of them feel.
And then
hold up, Sam, because I just told you that too much.
Go ahead, bro.
Now, that sound cute.
Yeah.
That sound cute. How much is the license?
Yeah, that's what I said. License $50 a year. I know what it is.
How much license?
$50
a year.
Yeah.
And you saying they'll say, man, I pay $200 if, but hold up, wait.
If you see a benefit to it.
Wait, we got roughly about 1,500 barbershops all over Jefferson County.
Mm-hmm.
About, I ain't gonna disclose the number. We'll just say a bunch of them ain't renewed right now.
Yeah.
And it's finna be October, renewal season again. So some of them will say, man, shoot, I'll pay this amount of money, man. They offer health care. They won't. But goes back to something that you were saying. Like when you look at them saying that this what we pay y'all for, you paying for your license.
Mm-hmm.
You paying for your barbershop license, your barbering license, your instructor license. You paying for license. Then it's not free to be up there at that counter. We have to pay for that too. So when people have a misconception of I'm paying y'all, you paying for your license, right? So when you get your driver license, people say, well, I'm paying you. Why you just sitting behind this desk and they tell me what? Well, you paying for your driver's license. It's the same thing. You paying for your driver's license. You paying for your barber's license. It's not like you paying me and then you sending me out to be a goon. None of that. If you don't have your driver's license and that state trooper stop you, he ain't being a goon. He doing his job. You get what I'm saying? It's what is it? It's August.
Mm-hmm.
Your license was due. They expire in January, and you still ain't got your license in August. What you think that man supposed to do?
But see, but let me ask you this though, just in the perspective, because of course I ain't going against you,
Right.
but I ain't riding with you either. Though.
Right. You ain't got to.
But I'm saying not in a bad way. But when people choose not to want to pay something, it's because they got a problem with how something being ran. And meaning that I'm not saying for all of them now. Not saying for all of them, but just think about it. If I sit there and say, let's just say licenses was $200 a year, we're gonna say that, but it's inclusive of this. You will probably be more apt to pay it because you're scared to lose the benefit that you have from it. A lot of people, and this just from barber talk. Because a lot of people feel like there's no benefit to it.
If you got your license, right, the benefit is you making hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars for a whole year, and then all you gotta do is go and renew this for $50, and then you can make hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of more dollars.
Yeah, I get you on that, but I'm saying, but that's just like with anything.
I said hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of more dollars.
Yeah, I hope it'll be thousands.
I'm just saying, you both of y'all right, but I'm just saying, like when I look at it, man, you got barbers that's out here making thousands of dollars, right?
Oh no, I ain't.
Some of them making.
Complaining about the hundreds, not me.
Some of them making hundreds of dollars a week, right? And some of them ain't making nothing because they're not applying themselves. But $50, and all you gotta do is show up to work
for the privilege.
For the privilege.
Yeah, but see, but what I'm saying, cause I ain't going to get. Obviously, I'd like you if we on the podcast.
Oh man, y'all my
Yeah,
dude.
that's what I'm saying. But just speaking from, cause of course I know a lot of barbers like you do.
Right.
The talk in the community is like.
But then when we go back and not bashing no barbers, but when we go back and talk to those barbers and have that conversation, we'll find out either they doing something right or they doing something wrong.
Yeah. But see, now of course, like I said, because it's Barbershop Story, the podcast, episode 125, we got Q right here, and it's a pleasure. Like, a lot of times, when I done heard barbers speak of it, it's almost like, I think it's the wordplay for a person who was born with a natural skill, and somebody come to you and say, man, it's a privilege for you to do this. That could be offensive to some. It ain't really offensive to me, because I'm going to do what I'm going to do anyway, just like most people. But I think most people that's not really on a certain understanding level looking at it like, bruh, I give you this money, and we saying it ain't nothing, because actually it's about $4 a month. If you think about it, it really ain't much. But most people like, why am I giving you this? For you to tell me I can?
Well,
and I think,
I feel a certain type of way as a barber that I had to go to school, get 1,500 hours, learn all this stuff. Then after that, do a barbering skill test, all for a joker to go in a shop who ain't never did none of that, never went to a school, never went and did the skill test, and he can just walk in a shop with no license. Yeah, he can cut with no license, but I had to go to school for it.
So let me ask you this. Now, it's just me, because, the questions are going to get a little tough as it go. All right, so let me ask you this. All right, with that being said, that's cool. But isn't it supposed to be every generation behind us is supposed to make it easy for the next? That's one.
No.
And two, if a person say, I'm cutting hair in Bessemer, that's Jefferson County too, and you cutting hair in Center Point, would it really make you that much of a difference?
Yeah.
Why? Just for the people.
So if you working in corporate America, you work at AT&T, you've been here 20-something, almost 30 years. And you've been passed up for this position this many times. And the joker come in there, ain't even got a degree, and can get this job and be your boss, how would you feel?
I think that's a different scenario. I think that's a different scenario.
Check this out.
Because
Check this out. If I've been cutting 35 years, right, and I've been in this shop for 30 years, 35 years, and a joker can come off the street, right, and come in this shop with no license, ain't even been to school, and try to get the same money I got that I'm getting, is that fair to me?
I don't think it'll affect your money if you quality in what you do.
I mean, but I'm saying,
I feel
I went to school to get my license. I'm a licensed professional. I'm a licensed professional.
Yep.
So if you ride down the street and a joker hit your car and he ain't got no license, and you done had to go and get your license, and you failed the test twice, and you done had to go and get your license, and he ride down the street and he hit your car with no license, is that fair to you?
I just think that is. I think that's a different scenario, and I think that
I'm saying license is license, right? I'm saying, but you still didn't answer my question neither time.
Well, I don't think it's
is it fair to you? I'm saying, but is it fair to you?
Well, if I got insurance, would it be fair to me and I can file?
I'm saying,
still get it done?
saying, but you looking at this joker and had no license out here on this street, and he done hit your car.
I think that's something that they'll have to deal with, because even bring this in, what if he's a sovereign citizen and they're not required to have a license unless it's commercial? Would it make a difference at that point?
I don't know.
Well, and the reason why I'm saying, because
is it fair to you?
If I got insurance, I'm going to have to deal with it where I got to deal with it.
What if you ain't got no insurance? What if your insurance just lapsed yesterday?
So that means both of us in the wrong. According to the January 2001 law, Alabama, both of us would be wrong then, right? But like I say, I get it though what you're saying. But I think a lot of barbers who watch this, they have those questions, but don't ever ask them publicly. Cause I'm a licensed barber myself, but I understand it from both sides though.
I understand. I done been there.
Yeah, because I look at it like this.
I done been there before.
If you, a barber, came in, right, and said, look, Danny, man, I want to cut hair. I ain't really got no money. I'm trying to get established. I wouldn't mind working with you, but I'm going to say, look, at this time, bro, we're going to go on down and get it straight. Because sometimes, turning down young folks or whatever who trying to get just in there is like, that can be a curse on them to say, no, you got to get, I don't have $5,000 for the license right now. But I let you work, but you got to be working toward that.
Or sometimes turning those young people around could send that young man back out to the streets. He could get killed, or something bad could happen to him. And, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then,
so helping a young person, that's always a good thing. Especially you don't know how they look up to you.
Yeah, because I feel like as barbers and beauticians and nail techs, I think we a lot of times we the first line of defense.
We are.
Because it's been several young men and young women I ran into that was talking about cutting out, and it's like, well, shit. I tell you what, but come on, but we're gonna work toward this.
Right.
Because because don't get me wrong.
See, that's the difference. Like if you got a person like y'all seasoned vets. So if a young man come to y'all and said, man, this is what I'm trying to do, and y'all said, man, I'm gonna work with you, but we gotta be working towards this.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Rather than a man just trying to, he got a shop, he just trying to get money, so he want to fill up the shelf, and he don't care nothing about that. Then when the commission come in, now you looking crazy and say, man, they always picking on me. Man, you ain't even got license, and you a shop owner, and you got 5 barbers and you ain't got no license. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But versus you said, hey, I'm gonna let you do this, but we're gonna work toward this. Now we're gonna go down here and we're gonna talk to these folks, see what we need to do. Now, that's the difference, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't try to play the system or play the game like you being picked on. No, it ain't like that.
So let me ask you this. Sometimes you don't think there's no picking?
No.
You don't think there's no picking no time?
No. It probably have been.
Oh, okay. I just say
Yeah,
that.
I'll be a fool. I'll be a fool, and I'll be a lie to say that it ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no.
You're speaking for yourself.
Yeah, I can honestly say.
Overall, of course, I'm going to ask questions.
I'm saying.
Realistic, but overall, most of the time, the experience I have with y'all ain't been no problem.
Yeah.
I can, you know what I'm saying? I haven't.
Yeah. But you have had some barbers that done had some problems, right?
Oh, yeah.
But then once you sit down with them and explain and go through, they be like, oh, okay. Man, I done had barbers. I done shook up, and then they see me out in the streets. They be like, man, man. And it's all good. Yeah. But in my mind, I'm thinking like, oh, here we go. You know what I'm saying? But it be all good because now you done help a young man get to another level.
Mm-hmm.
And now once he get to that next level, now he feel like, man, I just achieved something. Because you didn't go in with the big boy mentality, dog, like we just talked about the police with the gloves on. You ain't go in like that, because you know once they put them gloves on, you know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't going with that big boy mentality. You went in like, hey, man, look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to help. And this is what Regis, he condones, hey, work with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now, like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do it like this. We're going to work with this. We're going to work with that. And so now we can get you to this point.
Yeah.
Because it ain't all about, because some people just don't have it.
Yeah, because it's a lot.
But you got some jokers out here being slick, and you're like, oh, okay.
It's a lot of barbers I done talked to, man. Because, of course, I done heard mixed reviews on what they feel like the barber commission is. And I'm sure you have. And most of it, because I'm one of them type people, I understand setting the standard. I get that. Yeah. But I also understand that I remember when I first started in the first shop I got into, I ain't had a license at first.
Right.
I was at Lawson.
Yeah.
No, actually, it was before I went to Lawson.
Me too.
And the guy was like, look, dog, just be working toward them. So he was like, so they do come to me. He was like,
you at least got some legs to stand on.
I can say that, but he was like, of course, it also depends on who come in. Because he was like, sometimes there don't want to be no understanding. He was like, and then sometimes you get some folks say, well, all right, look at it, give us a couple months and I have them now. I can get you 4 or 5 of them now, but they don't want to mess around and get a $1,500 fine or whatever the fine is, then try to go, because now that's where the conflict come in. Because it's like, okay, I understand you say you want them to have a license, but I'm also trying to get them experience to make sure it's something they want to do so they can go get them, which is paying it to the system. Then I done heard some cats say they done got some fines that was just unbearable.
So like look at the system, right? So okay, well we're gonna go. The fines unbearable, right? So we said making thousands and thousands of dollars, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shop pay, whatever. But if you write a $50 fine, that's unbearable for some reason. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But look at the system.
Nobody want to pay no fine.
Look at the system. Nobody want to pay court costs either.
No.
All right, then. So look at the system. When you look at the system, right, that we have in place now, that system went free. That ain't no Facebook. That ain't where you know what I'm saying? That's a real, and that system cost. But Bob was able to, during COVID, after COVID, able to go online. I'm not going online, go log in and pay for their license online through a credit card. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff costs. It ain't free. You know what I'm saying? So that's where a lot of the misconceptions come in. The county is not free. I hope I can say that. So the Treasury Department up there, barbers have written so many bad checks that.
I ain't no folks even took check.
I'm talking about back in the day.
Ain't no check.
That the Treasury Department won't even take checks from us no more. So you can't write no checks no more. It got to be cash, money order, cashier's check. But I shouldn't get in trouble with this. But the lady said, when I was down there one day, she said, and I was explaining to the young ladies what the Barber Commission is. So you have, when you go fishing, you say you go to East Lake Park. Mm-hmm. You have a gaming commission, right? Mm-hmm. That's the game warden. Barber Commission, the same thing. It's the real police, right? So I'm down there. I'm explaining to the ladies what the Barber Commission is and how the money goes to. That lady came from the back, the big lady. She said, what he's saying is right. She said, and this is the most money that we have ever seen in all the years I have been working down here at this Treasury Department. This commission. Because people doing the right thing. People trying to put, the people that I'm working with, they trying to put the money in the right place and make sure the right stuff being done and make sure that the county is paid, because the county don't want you there because, hey, it's the Barber Commission, so they don't know what that is for real. So they charge us for that. It's not free.
So let me ask you this though, and there's another question I heard too. By being it's a regulatory committee, right? Regulatory commission, right? Well, basically they just regulate, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. So the average barber, and I would love you to explain this to the average barber who's tuned in. With a regulatory commission, you say, all right, this stuff costs, and and of course I understand that everything take fees, you rented the space and all that, but it's saying that, all right, I'm finna pay you $50 a year, $100 for a shop, for you to send fellow barbers to come by and just check on me. A lot of them don't feel like that's a benefit. Explain to them.
I'm glad you said that.
Explain to
them
the benefit of a regulatory.
So you had
Jefferson County.
you had people that was designated to do that.
Mm-hmm. Barbers
said, I don't feel like it's fair that y'all got these people coming around and they're not barbers.
Yeah, I remember that.
Under state law, they had to be a barber.
Okay.
So that's where that came from.
All right. So even with barbers checking barbers now, of course, we're gonna keep it kind of light. Some people would consider that a barber who making $1,200, $1,300, $1,500, $2,000 a week or whatever they making. Mm-hmm. Professional barber been in it for 15, 20, 30 years. That's on a commission now. Some people would consider that to be hate, saying that, "Oh, you taking food out of folks' mouth."
But you got.
What's your take on that? Because honestly,
you can't do it by your personal. You can't do it being personal. What I'm but you got to do it by the law.
Mm-hmm.
That's you got to do it by the law. What the law say?
Law ain't always federal, Q.
But guess what? Until
we got the power to change it.
Until y'all, I just finna say, until y'all change it, until y'all go down to state legislature. See, the state legislature wrote the law on how we able to do this. the state legislature. You see what I'm saying? Because if it was up to the state, half this stuff these barbers be doing. Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, no, it's interesting because, like I said, I'm talking about it because it's an interesting topic that a lot of barbers are not gonna ask. It's gonna come with aggression.
But for real, we have weeded out a lot of barbers that, and I ain't gonna say weeded out. We have corrected a lot of barbers that back in the days, oh, they do whatever. But then once you teach them, hey man, this is how this goes. Now these barbers we don't even have a problem with no more. You get what I'm saying? So now when we talk, it's not a, now it's like, hey man, what's going on? When you come in that shop, man, they all that hostility just now they want to see you. You know what I'm saying? So and I have had to stay in barbershop for about an hour to talking to barber because they want this conversation. Like, man, man, what I need to do to such. Hold on, let me help you. Let's do this and let's do that. And it's like a big number of barbers. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of barbers, man, I had barbers say, man, I've been here for a long time, man. Some of them can't find barbers, right? Then some of them, well, let's stay with some of them can't find barbers. Some of them can't find barbers because they want to get rich right quick. It's not a progressive, like, okay, like you said, let me help you. This week we gonna start off with this booth rent. We'll start off with this percentage. Then, okay, once I see you kind of making a little money, then we're gonna go to this booth rent. Just say your booth rent is $150, $200. So now we're gonna go to this booth rent. We're gonna start you off with 50. Work with them a little bit, then we're gonna go to 75. Work with them for a while. Hey man, I see that you're doing pretty good. We're gonna go to 100, right? And you progress as it goes. But you have a lot of shop owners who don't, they just want to hurry up and get rich off the barber, off one barber. You know what I'm saying? So now you can't find no barber because they can't afford. Oh yeah, mine $200 a week. I got to get that. Well, you're not gonna have nobody because you're not willing to bend and fold and work with this person. You get what I'm saying? So now I done had barbers say, well, man, I got a few people coming. Well, why you? I said, pull up your Facebook page. I'm talking about, man, I done did this in so many shops. I said, pull up your Facebook page. They pull up the Facebook page. I said, let me ask you a question. How much money is your dog making you in your shop? How much money is that Mustang that you working on making you in your shop? I done scroll up your page. I done went in your photos, and there's nothing in there about a haircut.
Nothing else something to do. That's what you do. You selling yourself.
When we have a conversation in Walmart, I said, man, you got your business card on you? Oh, man, you know what? I said, this is the problem. When you get that customer, that phone, and you said, put your number in my phone, and you text them your number, right? No, you don't even text me your number. You give them your number, right? You in Walmart. They want to support you. But guess what? When they go that way, and you go that way, they said, what that dude said his name was again? And this is what happened.
You remember?
This is what happened. Like you not putting back into your business. You not sowing into yourself.
No.
So if you don't believe in yourself, how you expect somebody else to believe in you?
So let me ask you this though. So with that being said, is that a regulatory commission thing, or is that a barber to clientele thing? Because that sounds like that's more so in between the client and that barber for their lack of hustle, lack of discipline, and things like that. A regulatory committee come in. I think that's what most people always had a questions at. Based on what I've heard from talking to different barbers over the years.
I think we as barbers need to read and learn the law so we can know what we can and what we can't do. Therefore, not putting your personal on the barber commission or the regulatory committee and you can understand, okay, this is what I need to do to better myself, better my business, or better, the commission. When I ask these questions, now I can say, well, why this, why that? Now, hold up, I don't win the law. Okay, that's why it is. Because if I'm just out here, and if I'm out here and police officers doing whatever they want to do to me, but I don't know I can go down and file that paperwork on them, they can do whatever they want to do to me. But you get that paperwork on them, just like they get a paper trail on you, you get that paper trail on them, right? So if I'm out here and I'm taking money in the streets, and you saying, man, every time that commission come around, man, they always taking my money, man. Well, he took money from you? Yeah, man, he always taking my money. So now people got in their mind, you taking money, right? But all that inspector did was wrote you a fine, right? But you put it out there like they just taking money. Yeah. They taking my money, right? But once you find out the law, if he taking money, go fill out some paperwork on it. And then you have a hearing. And then in the hearing you find out, well, hold up, no, I ain't saying the man taking money from me like that. I'm just saying. So it's like,
how long you been a barbecue?
35.
35 years. What type changes have you seen that was good and was bad for the industry in your 35 years?
In 35 years, I have seen the good part is that you able, if you have a skill, you able to charge that price. Customers want you to charge that price because a lot of customers, man, believe it or not, they want to feel like they are paying for something. They want to feel like they getting a good haircut and you providing a good haircut. So they want to feel like, well, man, if I get this dude $40, $50, $100, what am I getting for it? It ain't always about the black spray and all that. They want a service. They want to have a conversation with you. They want you to really like take your time. And you got some fast barbers that can still put out that good haircut too and make that money. But I'm saying, but they want to feel like if I get that quick haircut, I want it to look right. A haircut supposed to make you feel better about yourself. When Katrina hit, I went down there and shout out to Barber, man. We went down there and set up a barbershop down there in the Civic Center. You had people that had been sitting in water for 5 days. 5 days in the water, in boats and different little stuff like that. You wouldn't think that a haircut would make a person feel better. But man,
do some work.
When you had when you have men that tell you, say, man, thank you, man, this make me feel better. I can get me a shower and I can, you know what I'm saying, start feeling. And then when Gustav hit, I went down there and did the same thing at the bout well, set up a barbershop and did the same thing. And man, people putting their name on the list, and I took my children down there. And so, man, a haircut, man, a woman look at your head and your feet first. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of women do. These new women don't. But
they want to see a haircut, cool.
But at the same time, man, it's like when you have a lot of barbers, man, they want to feel better about themselves. They want to feel better about their shops. They want to feel, you know what I'm saying? But if they don't know and there's nobody showing them, then they just out here with it. So that's where I guess you have to regulate. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you this. What do you think is too high for a haircut in 2024? And what do you think is too low for a haircut in 2024?
So for me, you can't really tell a barber what to charge.
That's true, but give me a good average price for the Birmingham or Alabama area. What would you say a good, reasonable but fair price for, say, what a basic haircut would cost in the city of Birmingham? We ain't gonna hold you to it.
About $25, $30. Just a nice price. You know what I'm saying? It ain't too high. It ain't too. But that's just a starting point, right? Because I had explained to one of my clients, that you're not paying me for the haircut. You paying me for the skill. I've been cutting 35 years, and you paying for my skill, and what I know, and what I can do to keep your hair healthy, and what I can do to make you feel better about yourself as far as this haircut goes. So when you put your clothes on, everything falls in place, right? You can have on a Jordan Bull suit, gabardine shoe. You can have on all that, and that haircut messed up.
You said it ain't right. Yeah, don't even match.
You get what I'm saying? Like you look like a fool in a suit.
All right. Another thing, because I know we ain't got long. I know you got to go, man. But I definitely got to ask you a few of these barber questions. All right. As far as with the new trend now, line enhancements, all the extras now, how do you feel about that as a barber?
On the enhancements, I have used them on clients. I like them. I don't do them really. You know what I'm saying? I do a little something, but not. But on the enhancement, I said don't have step and use cheap enhancements. Don't have step and just get some. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you do your background, your research, because these is chemicals, right? Yeah. So if you do your background, your research, and you get the best that's out there, you won't have to worry about you won't have to worry about them breaking out.
Yeah.
I saw a man one time, man. They put some black stuff on, and the chemicals wasn't right with his skin, right? So now it done made all this pus up. You see what I'm saying? And so the man was asking me questions. I told him what to do and what to put on it to kind of soothe it down. You know what I'm saying? But see, you have to know when you're using these chemicals, right? You can't get chemicals everywhere. Put it in that spray gun and spray it. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody might not. You see what I'm saying? Right. So when a man didn't tell you to put this black spray on his head, and you doing it because you done really botched this man's line up, you done dug into his beard too deep. So now he ain't tell you to put that on there.
It wasn't requested.
Excuse me, it wasn't requested, and now you using this on this man. Now you didn't know this man was allergic.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Created some problem.
Yeah.
So it just use the best, and if you and be mindful of people allergies. Hey, do you have allergies? Do you mind if I spray this on? Ask them.
I just use it upon not talking about personal stuff, but not to just throw my personal stuff in there. But I like to use it upon request, cause what you putting on? What you putting some makeup on somebody that ain't asked for none for? They may be a natural.
You gotta ask for that.
So that's what it is.
Hold up. Oh, all right. So, but even with that, change your guards. Change your clippers out. Clean your clippers, but change them blades out. Yes. Because if you doing this right here, trying to make a crisp line, and you ain't changed them blades since last year, that's you know what I'm saying. If you got a and I see it a lot. You turn these clippers on for 20, 25, 30 people, right? A day. We're just a good number, 10, 15, right? You turn these on for 10 or 15 people a day. You done cut all these heads this week. You don't think them even brakes go out? I mean, you know what I'm saying? So change your blades out. Invest back into yourself. Invest back into your clippers, your guards, your capes, you know what I'm saying? Invest back into your business because it's gonna bring more money. That's how you keep it going.
Yeah, I got a question.
Okay.
This is for all three of y'all. What's the worst mistake you ever made on the haircut to where you literally had to tell your customer, well, I gotta do this, where you basically couldn't cover it up? You know what I mean?
You got
we're gonna let the guests start first. We're gonna let the guests go first.
I fell asleep.
Seriously?
I ain't laughing.
Man.
I ain't fall all the way asleep.
Yeah, little nod.
Look, so I'm lining them up, right? I done had one of them. Oh. So, and another thing, barbers, if you play with barbering will play with you. Am I right?
Right.
You think you finna go hang out all night long, especially young barbers. Yeah. Younger barbers. You think you finna hang out all night long, and then Saturday morning you finna get up early and try to cut some hair. Oh, you finna be in there like a zombie. Am I right?
It's gonna be a long day.
You gonna be in there just like a zombie.
It's gonna be hard to
That'll be the day you'll hate to see people coming.
Man, oh my God, listen. You just wanna sit down just for a second. You ain't had nothing to eat. and then you want to take your little quick nap, like 10-minute nap. And every few minutes, here comes, what's up, man? What's going on? Then they want to talk. You know what I'm saying? You like, man, this nigga, man. But, so I'm lining the dude up, right? I'm nodding. I done been out all night. I'm nodding. All of a sudden, I start, no lie, and I'm not lying, I start putting design in the dude's head. For real, I'm not lying. I done started putting the design in the dude's head. He said, Q, what you doing? I said, trying to get this line up. Man, hey, I'm like,
you just doing whatever on your mind.
Man, it's like I was, yes, for real. It is. I don't know why I was lining them up, and then I was kind of cleaning, and and all of a sudden I started putting the design. I had put like a little line, and I was finna start a zigzag. He said, Q, what you doing? I said, nothing, trying to get this line out. Damn. And that's the other truth. Then go ahead.
The worst I ever did was started a haircut without a guard. They just said they wanted one. And I remember I started off with a naked clipper. I was like, damn, we gotta get a bad.
I done did that.
Because then it took me long because I'm like, damn, that nigga ain't want nobody.
But you don't even want to turn them to the mirror.
Oh, yeah, I don't even say that. You know what I say? But it was on me today. Just go on, just cut them up. Hey, man, see, this shit'll fit your head balance. Yeah. This right now, I'm like, fuck, I done fucked up 45 minutes.
I remember worse I had, remember them old wall guys used to come with the clipper that you put them in the water, you put them in your towel a couple times.
God.
You mess
They look like
around
they
and they get weak. Yeah, they get weak. Cutting, talking. You know, we had the old shop back then, cuz. So, you know, we talking. Yeah. I look down as I know both y'all seen it. I look down as I'm stroking, as I'm finna come up through the next stroke. Yep. The guard laying on the person's shoulder. And the clip was there. And simultaneously, I'm doing this like, Lord have mercy.
Then your whole game got to change.
I look down and say that how I miss. I was like, here we go.
Yeah, let's go.
I done did it.
Yeah.
Well, see, it's good.
But you know what? It done. Yeah, I'm gonna say
because
it done been time. I done skinned somebody up. And I ain't tell them nothing because I know how to blend.
If it's in the right spot, your blend game just got to come to life.
I remember one time.
You probably go a step low that they can't even tell it.
And that's when you're using enhancements.
And that's when you use that skill too.
But see,
you got to have some skill.
I remember before I started using the Wall Masters, the chrome clippers.
Right, I love them.
I used to shape with everything. Used to use the wall. You know what I'm saying? The regular clip. So when I first started using the wall, dude, you know, I got a cut. So I'm like, I'm gonna shape it up. And you know how supposed to be moving, and the shit was like ink right in the middle of his head.
And them boys don't play. They don't play.
I'm talking about
they got two different blades. They got the regular blade and that surgical blade.
Yeah, and that precision blade.
That surgical
man, that shit hit him.
It ain't no moving with that boy.
That man had about that thick. I had to cut the whole down about right there. Cause he kept saying that. I'm like, fuck. I don't even want to look at it. Kept turning the chair.
You know, like I know that corner that thing dig down in there, it's a chunk coming out.
Yeah, it's a chunk.
You may be alright at the foot.
I love them because I can blend so good with them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But they have it, but I can blend so good with them. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, you're right. The clippers I got with a cord.
For real?
Them the last pair, and I won't get rid of them because they've been so. They still. All I do is change the blade.
There you go, man. Other than a good pair of walls, them singers to go. The mouse to go.
They got some wireless ones now. I don't know if they as good as those.
I seen them high-end motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That one ain't got rid of them.
Do y'all use Babblers?
Yeah. Babblers is cool, but
I use them reds. I like them too.
Ain't never tried them.
I seen them. I ain't used them.
See them Babblers, I like all of them except the gold ones. The gold ones feel like they the sharpest knife in the drawer. You got to really damn near really watch them. Yeah, right. I don't like them. Right. I always gotta change the blade out from that rose gold.
Yeah, I had the rose gold.
Yeah, now they cut perfect, but them gold, whoever made them, they need to go back to school. Son, we want to see y'all niggas out of them. Son of you.
That's a real raise.
So, boy, I don't care how like.
So you gotta be real light hand, but that thing still gonna cut.
Man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you gotta be smooth with them gold.
Yep.
Yeah, man. It's most definitely a great line of work though to be in.
Listen.
I don't know how it's
Barber
viewed from the
has been
outside
good to
looking
me,
in,
man.
but the inside looking out, hey.
Man, Barber has been good to me, man. I'm
do
telling
right
you.
by it.
For real.
Like you said, if you play with it, it'll play with you.
It really will.
I remember the early days. You think, okay, I'm finna sneak off and go do this. I'm finna run down the street right quick. I ain't got nobody. I can go hang out. But that's when your people call. Right when you walk out that shop, that's when them phone calls coming. Right when you think, okay, I'm gonna sleep in today. That's when them phone calls coming. Right when you leave early, that's when 3-4 coming. Soon you leave. If you play with it, it'll play with you. I'm sure other service industries out there like that too, where you think you can just have ass and then okay, I'm just gonna tell you, I'm gonna do this. Nah, man.
But if you be good to Barber,
yes, sir.
Man, Barber will pay for your house, your cars, for your children to go to college, for your retirement, for everything that you need in barbering. Man, you listen. You can trade dudes for stuff in barbering.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
shit.
that's the honest truth. I'm talking about cars included.
Yeah.
And if you do it right, a house. But if you play with this thing, man,
You gotta have some discipline.
man, listen. What barbers don't understand, a lot of barbers don't understand. I say this: that these people is your boss, and you can get fired at any time.
Every day by somebody.
You know
People
what I'm
like to
saying?
say, I want to do what you're doing, so I ain't gonna. I don't want
Yeah,
no
have
boss
a lot
no
of
more.
discipline.
Well, guess what? You gonna leave your job with
To-
one boss to
and-
take on
to
several
20,
bosses.
yeah.
That's what you're doing. You ain't leaving no boss because you leave a job and come into entrepreneurship or service. You picking up a boss for every person that you expecting to get paid from.
Yeah.
So you know,
Then I think this line of work too, man. You know,
you want to use that word.
I always tell young barbers, if you want to make some money, just come to work on the slowest days. I said it don't seem like shit, but that one here,
Right.
that one there, maybe 3 today, maybe 1 tomorrow, maybe 6
That's
tomorrow.
gonna be your
But
blueprint.
by the time it get a little busier for you,
I used to have a saying
you gotta
that,
show up
that's,
for work,
that's
man.
just like yours. I used to have a saying that you got to be here when ain't nobody here.
yeah, and it hurt.
I say you gotta be like that
You
gas
been
station
here
on
for
the
a
corner.
whole hour and ain't nobody came. You like, dang, man, watch you some TV or something.
Yeah.
Cause
Yeah.
guess
Don't
what?
go
Shut
nowhere.
up.
Guess
Soon
what?
as you
That
leave.
soon as you leave, here come 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Or you been there all day, but the next day, man, you have a full day, and it made up for what. Or you can get that one client that said, "Man, I need you to cut me up right quick." And guess what? When you get through, you did such a good job. He give you 100.
Yeah.
It made up for those 2 that you did. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna get that,
So,
bless.
You
I
don't
mean,
get it, but you gotta be at work to get it.
yeah.
I
You
remember,
gotta-
man, the very, very, very first shop. This is my last story, right? This is my last story. I got to tell you from Barber shit.
Mhm.
My very first shop I was at. was
Episode
called
125.
125.
Episode
Q in the
125.
house.
I got
baby.
Q in him. Man, our very first shop I was at was in Forestdale, up there with Big Buddy.
Yeah, but
Big Buddy
Yeah,
was a shop called Tremors.
yeah.
And one thing to say about Buddy now, Buddy was a great guy, but they weren't passing no customers. You know how some folks say, hey,
That-
he cut.
That's
my
4th
partner
Avenue.
cut.
That's
Ain't no
4th
assist.
Avenue.
Man,
No, sir.
listen, I remember I was still cutting her house to house. I was in high school. So I appreciate Buddy for that opportunity. Wayne turned me on to him, because that was Wayne's cousin. Man, nigga, on a Saturday, I was on commission. You had to be there by 8, and you left when the shop closed. Man, I would go to sleep in that chair from 8 to 12. I'm talking about when nigga, they wasn't finna say, hey, he cut nut. Until that one time, because I always stayed. I was always on time. Until one day, a dude was like, Buddy, how many you got? It might have been about 7, 8 people. So dude was like, oh, Buddy can cut. I'm asleep. I hear him, but I'm asleep. So he was like, I mean, you can get him because the little boy was a little hollering kid. So they sent the little hollering kid to me. The boy sat in my chair and then cried, didn't move or nothing. And after that, ended up cutting his house, his dad's house, the other folks away. And that's when it happened. But you got to be at work. All that.
my
walking in
first
and out
week-
shit, ain't
My
work.
first week, I made $25. My first week, take home, I made
You
$25.
was on commission.
Yes.
Oh, that commission. ain't
My
no joke.
second week, I made 45, and the third week, I made 25. I said, I'm finna quit this. This ain't for me.
Oh, yeah.
And dude,
keep
Clark
looking at
Nolan, they call him Binky. He said, man, hang in there, man. Don't stop. He said, man, he talked to me every day, taking me home from the barbershop. He cut next to me. I was like, man, this ain't for me, man. This ain't for me. I'm finna quit. He said, man, just hang in there. And my cousin came to me. He said, He said, I went and talked to my dad. He said, man, if you don't have no customers in a month, you got to go.
Damn.
First cousin. That thing hurt me. I went home, this is the honest truth, I went home and I prayed. And I said, Lord, you know I'm trying. I said, I need some customers. The next week, I was sitting there and I was cutting. Well, by the end of the week, I was sitting there, I was cutting. I had one customer chill. Then another customer came. He sat there. So now I got two waiting. This man came to the door. Now the man never talked. He would kind of speak. He was an old player, old hustler down on 4th Avenue. But he used to be sharp, tall, name was Jimmy. And Mr. Jimmy said, he walked to the door. He said, hey, come here for a minute. This man ain't never said nothing to me. He was your height. Had suspenders on. Always had on neck. He was always sharp. Wingtip shoes. He said, look here. That man been messing up my son's hair now. From now on, you gonna cut my boy's hair. He leaned the door. Hey! From now on, he cutting my boy's hair. Mr. Jimmy had 5 boys.
Just like that.
He walked around there and brought them all back in there. Before too long, had the whole row. Mr. Jimmy had a friend named Albertine. He had 4 boys, 5 boys. He bought his boy. Dude named Theon bought his boy, and they just started rolling from there. He said, be careful what you ask for, because to this day, I still can't handle clientele. I'm talking about it. Listen, I'm talking about, man.
They say
people just
overflow,
start
baby.
coming,
Overflow.
Man, overflow, for real. At one time, it was the whole Fountain Heights, the whole Drew Hill, the whole Central City. Yeah. So, hey, the rest is history. Man. You know what I'm saying? Your favorite barber's favorite barber, baby. You know what I mean?
Well, hey, what is not being consistent, man?
125.
I understand.
Q in the building.
125, man. That means something. You know what I'm saying? That means that y'all been consistent. Y'all been here when ain't nobody been here. You know what I'm saying?
$1.25.
So congratulations to y'all, man. That means hey, I want to get to 125 on my podcast. You feel me?
You'll be there. You know what I'm saying? You'll be there.
Hey, I've been enjoying it, man. I've been having a great time with it. So.
Just like I tell the young barber, hey, you gotta be like that gas station on the corner, man. You gotta be open.
You gotta be open.
You gotta be down.
That's it.
When the old folk want that Pepsi and the motherfucking cigarette,
look at the restaurant.
That goddamn store on that goddamn corner now.
Some of the restaurants that we support, right? Some of the restaurants we go and we look and they say in business since 1952, and we like, I ain't been that long. If you really just look, you know what I'm saying? You like,
somebody when folk hungry, they there.
Yeah. But look at all the years that went hard and nobody coming. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You like, dang.
You can imagine what they done experienced in that time.
Right.
So
125 episodes, man. Hey, man.
We riding the wave, man.
Ride the wave. Keep your foot on the dick and keep gas in the car. We got somewhere to go.
Yes, sir.
We'll see. Well, Q, you wanna leave him with something? But I know I want you to leave him with how to find business. In the cut, the podcast, how to find you as a barber. Any other information you want to give them so they can get in touch with More Styles, aka Q, the businessman, the helper, the whatever you want to call him, because he wear a lot of hats. What you want to leave him with?
Man, listen, I ain't got much to leave you with. You can find me on YouTube, Business in the Cut TV, right? The Cut is spelled Kutt. Business in the Cut TV. I'm gonna leave you with this. Stay true to yourself.
Don't forget to give away them tickets too, man.
Stay true to yourself. I'm glad you said that. Stay true to yourself. Sam, who you got on your what you got?
Like that. Who was that on the feed?
Yeah. Who's still on there?
Let me see. I don't know who's still on there. We got a comment from Isaac Turner Sr., Cedric Hicks, my partner Fresh.
What up? Isaac, what up?
Somebody just commented. Antonio Cook.
Antonio, what up?
Let me see your phone. Right
TKNYD, and how are you doing?
Okay, let me see something right quick. All right.
Barbershop Stories Podcast, episode 125. We're sitting here with Z-Lens on the media for this podcast. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. Z-Lens Media. K1, he up under that Kevin Holmes. Y'all make sure you follow his page. Make sure you follow.
You know something? They probably sometimes when you click all of it, they'll disappear.
Yeah, I made a mistake.
See top comment.
Okay, let me see something. I just want to see something right quick.
Oh, these two old men fooling with these phones, goddamn.
With these
We
phones,
came
glass.
from the Beeples, baby.
Hey!
Uh-oh, Q done throw it on the eyeglass, goddamn. You finna see now.
Okay, I'm just trying to see some.
Yeah, we getting ready. He about to give away some tickets, so he want to make sure to see who on the feed. He finna give away some tickets, so don't go nowhere. He finna give them away in about 30 seconds.
Don't go nowhere.
Some tickets are what? Layla Hathaway.
Yeah, Layla Hathaway. We got some tickets to comedian Ripcord's to his comedy show.
Yeah, to the Come Laugh.
Yeah.
That's coming up what? The
We're gonna
last
give away
Sunday?
2 tickets to that and 2 tickets to the comedy show. We'll do it like that.
Okay.
Well, we got action.
Who's
Ticket
that?
giveaway. Well, no. I'm talking about to
I tell you what.
the live audience.
The next person to comment on there, they win 2 tickets. It depends on who it is, man or woman. The next person to comment on your feed.
Next comment, we got 2 tickets for you.
Okay. Next comment.
Next comment on your feed, we're gonna give away 2 tickets. And don't worry, business in the cut. We got some more tickets for y'all tomorrow. I got somebody on the show tomorrow, so.
All right. Waiting on the comment.
Wait on the comment. Next person to comment.
Got 2 pair of tickets. One to go check out Ripcord Comedy Show, Come Laugh, and the other set is to see.
On my show, we just gave away 2 tickets and dinner at Roof Chris.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Roof Chris.
Can't beat them Layla Hathaway tickets, man.
Yeah.
For real. Hell, I ain't never really ate at Roof
I
Chris.
look
I
day
need
for your
to
old
make sure I tune in. I ain't ate at Roof Chris. I better go buy that out.
Now last week we gave away 2 people won, and we gave away dinner at Mama Them, the new restaurant down by Rickwood Field.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard about it. I ain't been by that yet. I'm gonna check it out. Check them out.
Okay, we got some ghost watchers. I still ain't commenting. Nah. 2 tickets to the next comments on the feed. 2 tickets to the next comment on the feed.
Yep. Comment. Let's go.
Yeah.
Or I'm ready.
Comment. Let's
go. Or I'm ready. To win a pair
Benny,
of tickets.
check yours. See.
My phone is over on
I know. Check it and see.
Let me see what we looking like.
Let's go. Comment. Let's go.
All right, let me see.
Somebody on there?
Not yet. They on here, but they ain't on here.
I tell you what, if we don't get them, if somebody see it and they come in, let's go. The first person to come in, let's go. Send it to me. Send me their name and send me the screenshot, and they won.
All right,
We'll do it like that.
I sure will.
We'll do it like
Well,
that.
maybe we'll do
You
it
can send me one. You can send me one. Depending on man or woman, we'll make sure.
Whoever hit it first.
Okay,
Whoever
we'll
hit
do
it
that.
on.
We'll do that.
After Antonio Cook comment.
Okay, so with that being said, man, it's been a great episode of Barbershop Stories Podcast.
Episode 125.
125.
Yeah.
We say with Q. First of all, I'd like to say, man, I appreciate him taking his time out to even come through. Because a lot of time our podcast start at 8, maybe a couple minutes after. And hell, you see right now it's 10 o'clock, so they let you know it wasn't no shortage of no words. You probably had to do a part 2 if he open to it.
Whenever.
So yeah, because there's a lot more things we want to dive deep in because, you know, as a barber, we know you got a lot of knowledge and we love for you to share it with our viewing audience, man. So we appreciate you for coming on out. Thank you.
Man, really, I thank you. I thank you and Sam for having me for real, man, because, you know, when a person.
There you go. Antonio Cook. Let's go.
Okay.
Antonio
Cook.
Okay.
Antonio Cook, you got 2 tickets to the comedy show.
Okay, Tonyo.
What's up?
Tonyo, you can come by here and get the tickets, or you can, you know, we'll make sure we get them tickets to you. We'll say that. Even if you come to the door and they have the tickets at the door, however, but we'll make sure you get them. What day is the comedy show?
August the 24th. 25th, I'm sorry.
All right,
25th.
comedy show is Sunday, August the 25th, down at, is that Carter's?
Yeah, that's at Carter's, yes.
That's at Carter's.
Yes.
All right. Antonio Cook,
Antonio Cook, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Do me a favor, Antonio Cook.
He said, okay.
Do me a favor. Let me see. Send me your picture. Like, can you get his picture? Cause I want to post him.
All right.
I tell you what. When he come get the tickets, just take a picture. Of him with the ticket, and then we'll post it like that.
Okay.
That's cool.
But anyway, I appreciate y'all coming because when a person invites you somewhere, that says a lot. So I thank y'all for inviting me. You know what I'm saying? And I really had a good time, man.
Yeah, thank you,
So
man.
I really appreciate y'all.
man.
For real, man.
Good
Most
conversation with you, man.
Appreciate it, Q.
Thank y'all,
Hey,
man.
that's what it is. We out. We'll see y'all next week. And we got what my man name? The man that look like Nick Bowler, look like an album cover.
Yes,
sir.
Got old Nick in the house.
Man, we got to show you Nick picture. That's so funny, man. He on that leaning sideways. With boy.
Clean.
Looking like showing up. Showing up. But that's what it is, man. We out. We'll see y'all next week. 126 with Nick Bowler.
126.
All right.
Appreciate y'all.
Going in.